Are indie and AA games taking over? The infrastructure of these games can seem that they're taking a lot more risk in terms of creativity and being able to capitalize on what people really admire most when it just comes to flat out gaming. From Palworld, Helldivers, Lethal Company, Evil West, Liza P, Hellblade, Hi-Fi Rush, indie and AA games are filling in voids that we as gamers had been looking for. I wouldn't say necessarily taking over, but now there are far more options that make it great for people to enjoy their time. When it comes to me personally, especially when I'm rotating off PvP competitive games, I actually love the attribution to what indie and AA games are doing. And there's a lot of games that are just coming out the woodworks where people are actually putting them in this weird, kind of just blurring that middle ground between AAA, AA, indie, because some of these are making a lot of noise. And one game that, or at least a few games that I've been playing was, of course, Palworld when it came out, Helldivers, rotated Evil West, Skirt Ritual, what is it? Oh, Liza P, Hellblade, and these all really bring that component of it is saving gaming, at least for me personally. I've been playing these competitive games and I get massively burned out, especially if I have a long ass day and I just want to clock out, tap out, and do what I want to do. Games like Skirt Ritual, Evil West kind of brings that weird Red Dead, Gears of War format, and then Skirt Ritual obviously bringing that Call of Duty's classic format, the zombies attributions, and then of course like Helldivers brings just OG type co-op gameplay, and Palworld giving some Pokemon essence with everything else, and just creativity too, right? It's not that these games are all knockoffs of these games, but it's also ultimately affordable price tags on these games, but also that kind of layout that we loved about these era of games along with creativity. So when you bring those two together, it only makes so much sense as to why these games are excelling, and just putting the heart and passion back in the games is awesome. And then on top of that, it gives us a choice, and a lot more choices than usual. Now these games don't always have marketing, which is why I do want to be tapping into these games a lot more now, just to give them that love and care that they have been giving to us as gamers and as creators and stuff. So I myself am a creator, and I aspire to continuously find games that are gems like this. And I know like Manor Lords also is one that has been going insane. So then this reframes to everything and bringing back to the question, as are indie games or AA games actually taking over? Well, I wouldn't say taking over. I would just say that providing us multitudes of options just really keeps gaming fresh. And I feel that there's more opportunity more than ever, at least for these games to get out there, or at least for different types of games for viewerships. Again, if you're just a gamer who wants to clock out in game, or if you're tired of playing PvP or competitive, or also if you're a streamer, or if you're just, I don't know, just anything that, or a dev on the dev side, all of this, and thanks to social media and everything, it does elevate gaming, and it provides far more hope versus just always having to do like that really doesn't have as much creativity more, especially with modern gaming. There's so many videos now that have gone out there that are, I wouldn't say shitting on modern gaming, but are really questioning some of the antics of modern gaming. And therefore, I don't hate modern gaming. I rotate games like Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty, Fortnite still, but I had been tapping into these type of indie and AA games a lot more, especially that they come directly to Game Pass. That is pretty cool to always check out. I have the PC version also of Game Pass, so I check those out. Also, the price tags are cool, and it's always cool to find a gem that you see and provides that equal taste in other gamers and people that are alike, that are like, oh shit, this game might be pretty good, and it ends up just blowing up. You know what I mean? So I think that those are a lot of variations of things that, although these games don't have the marketing, that us as gamers can help with the feedback to possibly inspire a lot more modern gaming, in a sense of like, hey, let's, you know, this game is cool, this game is cool, which is why like I think like the whole Palworld thing, a lot of consumers were trying to get it to like, hey, Pokemon, this is kind of what we want things to look like, graphic wise, performance wise, not exactly the same mechanics, but just, you know, at least what we're looking for in some type of Pokemon. And I say we in a sense of just community of gamers. Yeah, so I think that Helldivers also is huge for that. Again, these games that are PvE can tend to be quote unquote repetitive for others, especially those that love PvP experiences. Again, which is why I speak on these. I'm in the middle of both. I do PvP, but then if I get burnt out for a few weeks, I take like a week or so off. and I play a lot of these PvE games that are a lot cheaper, that you don't have to feel like you have to be glued to the screen every day and be caught up with every little thing or updates or any type of crazy essentials. And a lot of these games also can be simplified too if you want to talk just easier progressions and things like that. Again, I feel that these games are tailored for an audience that I would say just does not want to do everything, do so much research, and instead just want to jump in and play, right? And Evil West is a great example of that, a full-on linear story that has the mechanics and gameplay that we all love and adore, and just the experience has a story mode. Now, I'm not saying multiplayer, but I'm just saying just the story linear. I feel like that is a great time. Helldivers has a great classic progression that you play, you progress, you get certain currencies, and you just keep playing. And they'll give you updates as a live service, as a AA game that can perhaps change everything moving forward of how live services can work if it gets the inspiration and the push that it continuously delivers. And then Power World, of course, gives us that if you want a full-on just survival essence, again, all PvE, they might implement PvP later, which is what people already do with extraction shooters nowadays, a PvE PvP situation, Escape from Tarkov, a Gray Zone Warfare and all that. So yeah, it just depends on like the cool thing above all is that all of these games are all tied together, but then are all different to help, one, gaming as a whole, and two, just to provide different options. Like there's so many categories that are now getting broken into subcategories that helps evolve it, gaming, and just keep it, rather it's nostalgia, right? There's a literally massive communities with retro gaming. So now we have retro gaming, and then you have this indie slash AA type gaming that is more for like the PS2, PS3, Xbox 360 era. And then you have modern gaming, which is now today. And then you have people that really blend and blur those lines. The game of the year like Baldur's Gate or Helldivers 2 that kind of provides now live service modern gaming with the classic tradition to it. So there's so many ways to be spin-offs, and Power World doing that. Again, I know I said this a few times, but it just kind of sets the point across as it doesn't have to be, there's a lot more of a grayscale in gaming, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Now, of course, there's a lot of flops also, but these games are providing so much hope that we don't always have to spend so much on a game, have to do so much in a game, where we can just take it back to traditional gaming. Or if you don't want to be able to do it a lot of advanced, but if you want to test your skills and test everything, of course, do it like I do, right? I play PvP for a while, go all in, training, guns blazing if I have the time for it, whether it's battle royales or just anything, you know, fighting games, I do it all. And then I go switch to the other side when I want to take a break, and I just play like Helldivers or Evil West or Lies of P and certain games that provide that are I don't know, man, just games like that. I would say in my opinion Hellblade was pretty cool too. So yeah, y'all let me know what's y'all's opinion on indie and AA games. Again, I know I've been mentioning a little bit more of the AA side, but indie also has been crushing it ever since like Stardew Valley and all that, and Manor Lords now, and of course Baldur's Gate started as indie and now it got that AAA backing, of course. But yeah, y'all just let me know what's up. I appreciate y'all. Indie AA games, what are y'all really playing? What are y'all rotating? What's y'all's thoughts on certain games? Let me know. Appreciate y'all. Peace.